Right. In the last decade, American parents have been pulling their kids out of public school and are choosing to homeschool them instead. In an article on CBN.com, Michael Haverluck says approximately 4 million children are currently being homeschooled in the U.S., along with 15 to 20% yearly growth rate. My claim is that public schooling is better than homeschooling. Parents want to homeschool their kids because they think they're going to get a better education for their kids. They want to shelter them from bad influences like alcohol, drugs, and sex. And they want a religious-based education. The problem is parents don't usually have the degrees or the training to teach their kids. In an article called The Case Against Homeschooling, written by an English teacher named Jess Sakaya, she says there's no way that you can teach English as well as me, in biology as well as a trained professional, and history, and Spanish, and art, and counsel for college, as well as be the school's guidance counselor. Another problem is that if you don't put a kid in school, they can't grow socially. They need a classroom full of kids, so it teaches them how to work well with others. And usually they're just working one-on-one with their parent or just with a sibling. They aren't exposed to different cultures or races as often as they would be if they were in public school. And that can make them unsure and uncomfortable in situations with people who are socially, ethnically, or culturally diverse. Homeschoolers usually only know their family or people who are like them, which really creates an unworldly adult. Michael Haverluck also said 92% of superintendents believe that home learners are emotionally unstable, deprived of proper social development, and too judgmental for the world around them, according to a California study by researcher Dr. Brian Ray. And parents, they want a religious-based education, so they teach their kids the theory of creation, which includes the Garden of Eden, a talking snake, and an apple. They don't learn the Big Bang Theory or Darwin's theory of evolution. And the parents also censor the literature that they let their kids read, and usually it has historical inaccuracies used to fit the narrow religious agenda. On a site called Curriculum Choice, it's a site that parents go to for help with the curriculum when they teach their kids at home. In one part of it, it talks about the biblical principle choice. It is a method of biblical reasoning that places the Word of God at the center of every subject. By the time these kids get to college and they haven't been exposed to the scientific theories, classic literature, and have been taught historical inaccuracies as if they were fact, they find themselves academically unprepared compared to their peers who have had a more comprehensive education in public school. Parents have to understand they don't have control over the world around their children. By homeschooling their kids, they're actually doing more harm than good.